No, it's not Fishermania. This really is the dogs. And not far from Wimbledon Stadium is where fishmonger Sean White divides his time between his business in Tooting Broadway, his racing prefix, and his other life as a successful greyhound trainer.
Well, I love the dogs, going and watching them, and I love dogs as pets anyway. And I just wanted a bit more of a hands-on approach. And it was basically that I was finishing work sort of 9, 10 o'clock and itching of doing something. Most of my friends were at work. Okay, I've been up 6, 7, 8 hours, but it was too early to go back to bed. So, as I said, one of my friends who's got a licence trained one of my dogs for me, and I was lucky enough to win a couple of opens with it. So I thought, well, how about if I can sort of just watch him and see if I can pick up a few little bits and pieces and see if I can do one myself, and that's how it all started really. I just had as I said, I couldn't do it if I had a 9 till 5 job, but I had so much time on my hands in the mornings. It was, it seemed a good thing to do. Morning.
Sean's day starts at 2 in the morning with a trip to Billingsgate Market, but he's back at the family home by 6, where it's a kiss for Caroline and baby Sean. 5-year-old Tommy's still in bed. Before it's out to the garden and the converted kennels, where the other member of the White family, Broadway Sizzler, is ready and raring for her morning walk. But it's the paddock first and a quick stretch, as Sean gets together breakfast fit for a canine champion. There's eggs, honey, bread and milk. It's the perfect start to the day. But soon the lead's back on and the pair will be out walking, while Caroline tends to the family needs. But how did Mrs. White first take to the dogs?
At first she was a bit dubious, but she's always had dogs herself, and I sort of sprayed around to it. It's like having a pet dog but not sleeping on the sofa. So no, she come round and she supports me 100%. She enjoys going to the dogs as well herself. It's a night out. She likes the thrill and the atmosphere of it all. And when you do get that win, then she feels proud, and well, it all feels worthwhile when you get that win.
Come 7:30 and Sean heads off to White Fisheries in Broadway Market. If lucky, there's time to grab a copy of the Racing Post, and presumably the Greyhound section is the first port of call.
Hi mate, you alright? A snapper please. One of these ones here, okay? Lovely, yes, lovely mate. Cheers.
Then of course the day job kicks in and customers have to be served. Trade gets busier as the day gets longer, but there will be time later on to plan races and trials. And it's a routine that Sean has carried out since his first Greyhound hit the track, Broadway Boy.
He ran some good races at Sittingbourne, but was very unlucky, a real novice pup, straight away in open class, so was thrown in at the deep end, and I believe he landed a bit of a touch, opened up 16 to 1, and I think returned 3s or 4s, and get me first winner at Wimbledon was just like Royder over stuff sort of thing. And then really got hooked, and so I went out and bought another dog after that.
That was Broadway Joker, a useful open race stayer who continued White's success as a trainer and who's seen here winning at Walthamstow. But probably Sean's best dog has been his latest acquisition, Broadway Sizzler.
I had her for about 4 or 5 weeks, sort of let her settle in, done a little bit of work with her, and took her for a qualifying trials at Wimbledon. And she surpassed whatever I thought she would do. First look, she did sort of 28-17 first look at Wimbledon as a raw novice. Went a little bit slow in her first 3-dog race, and then broke the 28 seconds in her third qualifying trial. So I knew then she was going to be fast. It's just a matter of hopefully keeping her fit and sound.
Broadway Sizzler went on to reach the Star Racing Puppy Final at Walthamstow last autumn. She was beaten favourite then, suffering an injury. But after a spell off, she looked as good as ever at Wimbledon on Juvenile Championship night and was one of the stars of the undercard.
Broadway Sizzler leading here by a length and a half over 6 in second. Target Harry on the inside comes Droopy's Impact, and then comes Emporio Rapide as they come round the final turn. It's Broadway Sizzler who's made all and will win convincingly.
Success at her and Sean's favourite track, Wimbledon, and surely more wins will follow. It's a partnership that works well, and this one Greyhound man clearly enjoys what has become more than just a hobby. The perks of the day job are lapped up by Broadway Sizzler, and regular grooming is hardly a chore for both.
What are the advantages, you think, of having literally one man, one dog?
One man, one dog. Yeah, it's full attention, isn't it? I suppose. I mean, you know every sort of nook and cranny of the dog. You know every routine of the dog. I mean, I know that if I put the light on and she doesn't jump up, I know there could be something sort of wrong with her. I know her personality inside out. Whether it's good or bad, it's, she's not generally kept on her own. It's just at the moment I'm waiting for another dog to come.
Achieving a work-life balance is key, and the Whites have managed that even with small children. Broadway Sizzler is very much part of the family now, and even when duty on the track beckons and exercise is required, the family business doesn't have to suffer.
I do it for fun, I do it for the sport of it. I love the sport, I love the dogs, I love the buzz, the atmosphere. Ideally it would be nice to have another couple of dogs, but at the moment I'll be well happy with 2. I've got to get another dog, and that'd be, I'll be very happy with that.